Hi guys, how we doing? I hope we're all well. Obviously I'm not in my usual setup. I am in my bedroom. It's obviously been a couple of weeks since I've uploaded. Obviously a lot has happened since then. We are obviously in isolation, which is fun. I've also been in hospital. I was in hospital for near enough 5 days. I was 3 nights, 4 days, but then I was there the day before. We will get into that. I've just sort of decided that why don't we just do a bit of a get ready with me, because there's a street party going on tonight, well in a couple of hours, hour and 45 minutes. We're all social distancing, we're not going near each other. We've just got a guy across the road who does DJing, so he gets all his set up and he's put it up all onto his grass. And yeah, we all got barbecue, got food, got a drink. Gonna just chill out, enjoy the sunshine that's currently coming in and chill. So, let's get ready to rumble. So, yeah, hospital. Basically, obviously I'm not used to this. I'm not some beauty YouTuber. I don't aspire to be a beauty YouTuber. I'm just got stuff to talk about. I'm obviously not in my car driving to work every day, so I decided, let's do this. So, yeah, we went into lockdown. My work finished on the Monday, which was 3-4 weeks ago now. And yes, so got on. I did some painting to begin with, just sort of plodded about the house. Yeah, just got paint and all that and started painting the house, starting at the hall stairs and landing. Spent a couple of days doing that, and then I ended up, I kept having some pain, and just kind of like, you know, shrugging it off, thinking, oh, whatever, it's just where it's a change of routine and all that. And it just kept getting worse, this pain. It was awful. So it was just like this sort of like lower stomach area. Kind of like someone stabbing you. Yeah, I just tried to shrug it off and tried to just, you know, carry on living my life and all that. And it just got to a point where I couldn't do anything. I was hunched over, bent double in agony. It was almost in like sort of like my uterus area, into like, you know, the right side ovary, and it was rough, really rough. I couldn't not stand up straight. I was having to use one of my mum's sticks to stand up straight. Just wasn't good at all. So it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Was it about 3 o'clock? Yeah, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd been tossing and turning for hours. I think we'd gone up at about probably 9-10 o'clock, because this was when I still had a bit of a normal routine, which I don't think anyone has anymore. Yeah, and it was just about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I just had to go. I went into my mind, I was just like, no. I thought, this isn't good. No, I was being a bit of a crybaby, and yeah, I kind of lost it. So called 111, and they said to go to A&E. I was a bit like, really? You know, obviously, because I don't want to avoid going to hospital like any normal person would at any time, let alone right now, because I don't really want to be putting any more strain on the NHS right now. So fine, did go. I don't know if it looks like this matches on camera, but in real life it's alright, fine. And yeah, parked up, went in, explained what was going on, what had been going on for the past few days. Explained that I can't function at all. And they said, right, okay, you can come in, the person that's with you can't. Okay. Can't argue with them, you know, you completely understand the situation, why and all that. So, Mum back to the car, I told her, go home. You know, at the very least it's going to be at least a couple of hours, if not a few hours. So, go home, I'll see you later kind of thing, you know. Because in the day I'm an adult, I can't deal with these things on my own. Obviously, you know, when you're in pain like it, you don't want to be on your own, but you know, the situation is the situation right now. I'm not going to bash anyone, it's keeping people safe. So, ended, yeah, this was about 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and the pain was absolutely horrendous. I've not felt anything like it. I know I probably said that before, I sound like a broken record, but this was hella bad. Like, I'm not someone that will scream in pain, ever. I screamed, and I am not someone that will scream. I'm not a screamer at all, anything like that. So I was in agony, and they gave me, don't even get me, I've still got bruises from where they was trying to get a cannula in me, because for some reason I was dry AF. Like, no matter how much I was drinking, it just wasn't quenching or anything like that. So I ended up getting 1, 3, 6 times. Monday night. This was a Monday night. Is that looking alright? It'll do. I don't particularly care today. Sorry about the sniffing. I can't help it. But yeah, no, it was agony. And yeah, I was screaming at one point, because it felt like there was someone quite literally just in me trying to rip everything out of my body. Which was a lovely sensation, I can assure you. But yeah, they gave me paracetamol through drip, didn't touch it. They gave me 2 lots of morphine, didn't touch it. Like, I was going mad, like, you know, they wanted me to be, I was sort of like, you know, on all fours on the floor in the little cubicle pit that they put you in A&E, and they're like, we need you on the bed, and I was like, I can't move. And I feel like such a tit now, because it's like, I know all they want to do is obviously to help you, and I'm just like, they're like, I'm just there like, I can't get on the bloody bed. You want me to lay flat? I can't lay flat. I can't, you know, I'm a mess. But did eventually manage to get on the bed and, you know, kind of lay flat. and yeah, just people just touching my stomach was agony, which obviously isn't their fault, no one's fault, it's you know, whatever's going on is going on. Where am I? Yeah, so they were trying to help. I was kind of no good to anyone at this point because I was just like, it's hurting. And it was to the point where it was like, I couldn't really function because of the amount of pain that I was in. It just wasn't, you know, couldn't think straight, couldn't talk straight. If it was one of those Exorcist films, I would have been speaking in tongues kind of situation, you know. They got me to go for, eventually, they got me to go for a CT. Yeah, CT. I think they might have done an MRI. They might have done an MRI, I can't remember. Wasn't exactly with it to completely remember everything. But yeah, went for an MRI, had a CT. I'm pretty certain I had both of them. Was kind of just left for a long time, which is understandable. And was taken through to EAU, which is Emergency Assessment Unit, and was there for a few hours. And I had a doctor come up and tell me that I've got a cyst on both ovaries, which I'd not long been and had, like, you know, the whole proper scans for end of last year. So I was a bit like, so how can I have had this pain before? Well, not that pain, but I'd had a pain before, so I went to the doctor and had these scans. Was told, no, it's not that. No further. Doesn't need looking into any further. Which I'm not going to get into because the doctor that said it doesn't need to be looked into, we don't like. But yeah, said, yeah, it's cysts on your ovaries, both of them. On your right side, it's bigger. So I was like, right, okay. What we're gonna do, because I can't function, you know. What sort of said, we'll see you later, kind of thing. I was like, oh, right, okay, bye. You know, they're busy. It's a very stressful time. And then yeah. And then after a couple of hours, a nurse came up to me, and because I'd asked, like, you know, what's kind of going on, because I'm kind of almost say a bit like a tick kind of thing, so pain had sort of gone off eventually. And she went off, come back probably about an hour later, and said, oh, nurse, it's a nurse, not a doctor to begin with, I don't think it is cysts. Right, okay, so what do you think it is, please? Because I would really appreciate, you know, some answers as to why I'm in this pain. Yeah, no, I think it's to do with your bowel. I think your bowel before your rectum is she's either said swollen or inflamed. I can't remember which one for sure she said. And this was like a couple of weeks ago, so sorry. Sort of just, I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I think it's your bowel. I think your bowel's just before your rectum is inflamed or swollen. Okay, so what we're gonna do, you know? Didn't really have an answer, which again, you know, with the time it is, I'm not gonna, you know, expect an answer immediately, or, you know, I just want some answers to do with why I was in the pain I was in, you know. Didn't really get that. Was kind of told you need to do pain management. See you later. I was just charged. Back home, just got my mum to come pick me up because, again, I'm very aware of the situation that's going on right now. I don't really want to be putting any more onto the NHS. So, you know, went home. Tried to sleep. I think I might have got a couple of hours on the sofa. But it would have been like, you know, a maximum a couple of hours on the sofa. So didn't eat anything because didn't feel like it. Felt too crappy because, you know, kind of just tried to carry on with my day. Had a bath and somehow got to sleep that night, I don't know how. And then woke up Tuesday and couldn't move. Like, trying to I ended up sleeping on my back at some point, and trying to sit up, agony. Complete agony. Like, no, calling out in agony, which is something I don't do. So mum phoned my dad and told him, and he was like, right, well, ring 111. Which they did, and they said a clinician will call you back in anything up to 4 hours. Which again, completely understandable right now. While my mum was on the phone to my dad and then 111, I managed to get myself up managed to get myself to the toilet. I don't know how. I cannot tell you how I got to the toilet. But I did, somehow. God only knows how. Yeah, got myself to the toilet. I'll give that a go. But yeah. Managed to get myself to the toilet, had, you know, sort of somehow got myself semi-dressed, and my mum phoned my dad back and said, you know, it's going to be anything up to 4 hours. He said, no, I'll come take her down. So he did, and the hospital was probably about 20 minutes from me, maybe, 20 minutes maximum from my house. That was got to have been the longest 20 minutes of my life. It was awful. Obviously no one else's fault, but I was just in a complete state in agony. So, same thing, get there, dropped off, Dad goes away. I thought I was missing something, hang on a minute. There it is. Is it? Yeah, so go back again. They take me through one of those wheelchairs, which straight away makes me feel like a complete tit because, you know, I am able-bodied. Just at that time I wasn't. So yeah, go through. This is in the actual A&E part of it. Where I was before was, you know, the quiet part of it. So the doctor's like, you know, asked me what's been going on. I've explained. I'm pretty sure I said to the doctor that if you try and tell me this is a period pain or anything like that, I will stab you. In which case, if you're that doctor, which I very much doubt that a doctor will ever see this, I'm sorry. Just in a complete state, you know. I was exhausted. I was done with everything, everyone, and all of that. So eventually, you know, I'm sort of just in the proper A&E bit like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be anywhere, I just want to be not in pain kind of thing. So, just one of those days, you know. Eventually, people from the that's a brown. Whatever. Eventually people from surgery came. From gastrosurgery, sorry. Not just surgery people. And, you know, explained again what's been going on. Said, I need help. I need to not be in this state, please. And, you know, they don't say a lot, which is, you know, pretty normal. For me, anyway. Sort of say, right, okay, we'll be back. They take me through to a ward eventually. Where, when not a lot happened, in all honesty. Sisters, not twins, and all that jazz. We are totally going for that today. When not a lot happens, they've got me on drugs galore. I'm on tramadol and all that, which was the only thing that was helping. Like, morphine's not helping, but tramadol will. Weird straight away. But yeah, it was those 3 nights in that that was rough. Because obviously there's a multitude of people in there because it's just a ward. It's not, you know, a specific ward for anything. And you know, there's just like, you know, older people there with varying different things wrong with them. So there's people screaming at 3-4 o'clock in the morning and poking and prodding you at all hours and all that, which of course part of it. Just exhausting, you know. eventually more gastro people come, and they've put me on prednisolone. I'm currently, it's been a week, so I've just dropped down to 7 tablets a day. So we're taking 7 of them a day. I'm taking about 9. No, it's not. No, I've cut out the tramadol. I was taking it the full 3 times a day, but now I'm not. I'm taking it as and when now. So I was probably on about 16, 17 tablets at one point. And they've also put me on Immoraldi, which, you know, Pred is a suppressant anyway, as we know. And then Immoraldi on top of that, so it's like, in the middle of all this, I'm now on a double suppressant. Yay! Which is fine. It seems to be working. It seems to be helping. They basically told me in the hospital that I need to make the decision as to whether or not I'm going to carry on with the hospital that I was in, or if I'm going to carry on where I have been. I'll make that decision after I've spoken to the doctor that I've waited over 6 months to speak to. I'm not going to make that decision without speaking to that doctor, you know. Yeah, we've just been, yeah, it's been a bit of a ride, you know. You know, if it had just been normal times, it would have been a ride, and then we've got like everything else going on right now, so it's like, it's even more of a ride. Yeah, it's crazy times. So I'm just sort of taking everything as is right now. Plodding on. All that jazz. We are just getting on. But that is what has been my fun since lockdown. My whole stairs and landing are painted. It needs some finishing touches. It needs some little bits just touching up here and there. I'm gonna paint my bathroom toilet eventually, because we've got the time, because we've just had another 3 weeks added. I am, if you guys heard that, that was my guts, sorry. We are just plodding on, getting on with life, looking forward to this little bulb street party thing that we're going to do this afternoon. Yeah, we're just, it's very strange. Like, you know, you go out and there's no cars anywhere on the roads. And all that, it's very, very weird. It's going to be so strange seeing my brother's little boy after all of this, because, you know, he's only young, so he's constantly growing. So it's going to be very weird to see him after this. And my sister's little girl too. But I think this is definitely making people realise, like, you know, how much we take friends and family for granted, you know. During any other time, which I think everyone is guilty of, in all honesty. In one way or another, we're all definitely guilty of taking it, you know, not thinking about others or loved ones as much. Like we did a street party last week, And it was so strange seeing all these people in the street, and it's like, who are you? You know, we've lived in this street for 10 years. And there's people living 3, 4, you know, doors down. You've never seen them before in your life. Very weird. But it's nice. It is nice. We've, like, you know, we all go out and we do our clap on the Thursday. For everyone, I clap for everybody. I'm not going to get into the whole debates like there is on Facebook at the minute with all the clapping and all that. That'll do. I ain't that bothered today. We aren't. Yeah. That is what's been happening with me. Not a lot, but also stuff. Not that entertaining, which is not that. I mean, if you're coming and watch me, you're not coming for entertainment, really, are you? Yeah, we are just plodding on. We are getting on with life, trying to just make the most of whatever this is. I hope you're all well and all that. If you're not, I hope you get better quickly. I hope that we're going to come out of this sooner rather than later, when, you know, however long that's going to be. I've got my opinions on how everything's being dealt with, but I'm not going to be sharing them because I'm not going to get into that debate. Things could be better, things could be worse. We could be over in America, which I'm not going to... just let's be kind to one another. Let's just chill. Use this time to do something, find something more that you want to do with your life. Find a hobby, whatever that is. Read a book, paint. Spend time with people that you love. Keep in contact with loved ones. Stay well and all that. So be kind to one another, stay safe, do social distancing, all of that jazz. I will see you guys whenever I see you next. Yeah, stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, eat whatever you can, sleep well, and I will see you guys whenever. Bye bye.